Welcome to Lights Camera Barstool, episode 876 of season 2. Today we are doing a little bit of news, but we're also going to do what we called or determined as a futures draft. So we're doing a little bit of a draft of different movies that, how should we define it exactly, you think? Just movies that, kind of predictions for the next year or so in movies. Just like how you do in the futures draft in NFL or something like that. What did you do? Let's see. What is our categories again? We have best... one actor to win an Oscar, one actress to win an Oscar, one director to win an Oscar, one movie to win an Oscar, one future billion-dollar movie, one future box office bomb, and one actor or actress to do something weird. Just do something really weird. And that one, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a really difficult one to pick, but one immediately popped to mind.
See, that worries me that you're going to have the same one that I have, because there was a very obvious one for me.
I think then we're probably going to have the same guy then. If it is a guy, but I don't know.
It probably is, right?
Yeah. But anyway, before we do any of that, I didn't even check if he had ads today. It's one of those things that feels almost like we're on like summer vacation or something like that. Let's see. What do we got today?
We
have body armor. Oh, duh. Body armor. No kidding. Lights Camera Barstool is brought to you by Body Armor. From sports drinks to sports water, Body Armor keeps us hydrated all day long. Whether we're talking, watching, or even playing sports, Body Armor is their go-to choice. We've got all over the office, like you guys probably all know if you watch anything Barstool. It's real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. They have great tasting flavors like strawberry banana, blue raspberry, all the great ones. And the best athletes in the world hydrate with Body Armor, like Ronald Acuna Jr., Christian McCaffrey, Alex Morgan, and the latest athlete to join the team, Joe Burrow, your boy.
Yeah, and he did a photo shoot with them, and he looked so hot. He looked like a Ken. Yeah, he looked amazing.
He switched to the fuckboy haircut, and it looks good on him.
I mean, he can pull off. Have you seen the pictures of him in high school?
No.
He went to like a small town high school out in Athens, Ohio, and they were one of those schools that would like bleach their hair during the playoffs. So he had like a bleached haircut. Like, and this is like 2012. This was not in style, not even a little bit.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he looks like Ryan Gosling as Ken. That's hysterical.
Yeah, it's very funny.
We did that in soccer. It was with hydrogen peroxide though. I'm sure he got like more professionally done. It was not good for her hair, I don't think. Probably maybe the reason I'm balding now, I don't know. But it's definitely like if I had to make a culprit, it'd be up there. But yeah, Body Armor is awesome. Again, we have it all over the office. They ship some to our house. It's amazing. And it's like we always complain about how there are bottled water brands out there that taste like thick milk, aka Dasani. Body Armor and nothing like that. It's amazing. Obviously, it's alkaline water, and it's amazing. We use it for late night recording. Jeff's drinking some right now as we record.
I do. I mean, the roomy wide mouth.
Exactly, the roomy wide mouth for the hot days in LA. And got us through Barbie and Oppenheimer. You know what I mean? Like that's a movie. We got big ass breaks between those movies. I don't want to pay $800 for a soda to have to go and just pull up a Body Armor. Bring it with you.
I drank one and a half yesterday. I needed it. The Regal. I saw Oppenheimer again yesterday. 200 out of 200. I can't get enough of that movie, and I had to drink this because the Regal popcorn is so fucking salty.
So salty, man.
It's like, I mean,
delicious.
Bozo theater.
He's up a little bit on the salt.
Bozo ass theater. It's available in stores nationwide. Head on over to the Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today.
We probably need to talk about the podcast future thing just to recap quickly and more concise. But I need to go back to something that Gooch told us when we went to go see Spider-Verse, the new Spider-Verse movie. He mentioned when we went into that Regal, he said, just a warning, the concession line will be slow. I thought he just meant that one. No, it's all of them. Because now I've been to 2 different Regals in California, and the concession line is so slow. First of all, it was cool to see yesterday, Wednesday, 1 p.m. The theater was fucking slammed. Oppenheimer sold out 70 millimeter. Barbies were it was crazy. Awesome to see. But the concession line, it doesn't matter if there's 2 people in line or 20. It moves at the same speed. It's like dropping a brick and a feather on the moon. It doesn't matter. It moves the same. I've never seen anything like it. It's so slow.
That was like I think when we went to year one too, it almost looked like it was like a trade school release program or something like that. You know what I mean? It was hard to explain, but like it's like none of these people seemed like they would be employees of any company. It's really hard to explain.
I'll never forget that. It was like such a small moment, but we got up the escalator, and there's two people in line for concessions, and Gooch turns to us, he goes, "Oh, this is gonna take a while.
We're stuck here."
They
what?
They don't take Apple Pay, which is an issue. If you live in New York City and you don't take Apple Pay, that's a problem.
Okay, but to be fair, the AMC Lincoln Square, which is like the highest grossing theater in the country, it has 70 millimeter IMAX. They don't take it either.
They're also ancient.
But they have, you can order ahead. Yeah. You can't order ahead at Regal. It's insane. They have this app. And also, if you have the Regal app, you have to like pull it up, and it takes forever to scan the little card. It's like breaking into Fort Knox. Like, it'll be
I will say,
half the time they'll just be like, "Give me your phone," and then they'll like fuck around with the brightness. Like,
I did look in the Regal app yesterday, and I did see that I do have a free IMAX ticket to Blue Beetle, though.
Oh, lucky you! Lucky you! Go see Blue Beetle.
If I want to go by myself, which I imagine is the case.
The Blue Beetle marketing, by the way, I sent it in the group text. It's become very depressing. Like they're trying to ride the Barbie high, so they're like making like Barbie edits of Blue Beetle.
It is very We didn't talk about that the other day. It is really it's like
depressing.
It's just sad.
It's super sad. It's like the JFK moment was very fun last night because I was like ready for it.
And I went. My girlfriend's grandmother, she saw it a second time, and she's a huge like JFK historian, like loves, like has all JFK books and all this stuff. And I kind of leaned over before it happened because my girlfriend hadn't seen it. I said, watch this. And she goes, "Yeah, John F. Kennedy." And you could hear her grandmother gave like gave like a little, it's such like it's exactly like the end of the post. Like the whole theater was like, yeah.
I love that like Nolan writes like easily his smartest script yet, but he just fucking cannot help himself.
I kind of like, I do respect that. I do love that. And now more and more people are starting to see that Oppenheimer was mentioned in Tenet clip. And but the more people discover that clip, the more I'm actually starting to believe the idea that he's going to make a JFK movie. I don't know why. I kind of believe Nolan's going to do JFK, but I know he's not going to. But
Quantum Leap version of Lee Harvey Oswald or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I was going to say, I'd love for him to do like a revisionist history movie. Yeah, be funny.
Like that JFK, like he sneezes and the bullet misses him. Like what happens to the rest? Yeah,
you could do it. But yeah, you want to do a recap of future plans?
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll keep this shorter, more concise. Either people didn't listen to us or they were very confused. No, we are not just doing TikToks going forward. We are going to be doing, honestly, probably more content, but we are going to be focusing more on medium to, I guess you could say long, if you consider 20 minutes long form video content. We are going to be doing reviews still, full reviews. You'll get them during the week. We're going to do drafts. We're going to do rankings. We're going to do tier lists. I'm sure the two of you will still do something maybe like shorter, like maybe 15, 20 minute, like end of week movie news riff. I'm going to be trying to be more involved in those as well. Look, I just want to make a reminder for people. We knew people would be bummed out about no standard long form podcast twice a week. We knew that. But like, I just want to remind people, like, this is still a business. It's not our hobby. It is our job. And while right now we could trudge on doing the same thing and do the same podcast for the next year and a half, and we're not being canceled, but in a year and a half, maybe we would be, right? Like maybe the podcast wouldn't exist anymore in a year and a half. So we're trying to do something. We're getting out ahead of that, and we're trying to find a way to grow the brand. We get the movie website coming back, not imminent, but soon, in a much better way, more user friendly, more user based. So, we're just trying to adapt to that. There will still be a podcast released on Monday night, Tuesday mornings, just going to be our content from that week bundled together. So if we do our jobs well, you won't notice that much of a difference, honestly. It's just going to be one longer podcast. So whatever, we knew people be upset and like it sucks. Like we've been doing this for Kendrick and been doing this for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So also I try not to speak for you. People have asked me, and I'm sure you've replied to it too. This doesn't impact the bracket at all.
Oh, zero, no impact entity whatsoever.
Yeah. Bracket's not going anywhere, baby.
Clemmer's going to do like people asked about Clemmer's show. Clemmer's going to run out of sports movies at some point. So Clemmer's going to pivot and do more still nostalgia stuff, but just beyond sports movies. So look, we're going to honestly, if anything, have more. I know some people said like, oh, well, you step back from it. Honestly, I'm kind of stepping more into this than I had been. As like we kind of figured out an easier way to, handle the dozen week to week and stuff. So, and now that I've moved and it's maybe right now in the interim, it doesn't sound great. And I know people who want the longer form podcasts are going to be bummed that we're not getting it twice a week dedicated to that, but you're still going to get a podcast. It's not going to just be TikTok.
Yeah.
If you don't use YouTube, if you don't use social media, YouTube, then there will still be a podcast, but yeah. So
yeah, this is somehow still going to spawn 15 Reddit threads like churn and canceled LCB. It's like they don't even own us anymore. Like it'll happen regardless. But yeah, it's way more simple than people are making it. Maybe we were too confusing when we tried to explain it. But yeah, it's very nothing crazy is happening other than the loss of the main long
also. The best thing I can say about it is going to give us a massive chance to just be more creative with what we're doing.
Exactly. And have a chance to reach a wider audience outside of the core, which is good for us. We need to get out of the coal plants into the outer territories.
Look, obviously a lot of podcasts do a great job, and there's a lot of successful movie podcasts and all that stuff. But like, I mean, I don't know. We've said it before. We also like we have the ability to do things that we enjoy. And I'm not saying we didn't enjoy doing the podcast, but I think we're going to enjoy spreading it out across the week more and hitting the things that we like more. And, it creates better stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's been recap talk. Now we get to talk about Dicks the Musical. Lucky us.
Yeah.
Dicks the Musical. The trailer dropped today, I believe. Two business adversaries realized that they are identical twin brothers and decided to switch places and to reunite their divorced parents so that they can all become an actual family again. It's directed by Larry Charles, who obviously big-time writer on Seinfeld, did Borat, a bunch of the other Sacha Baron Cohen movies. Stars Nathan, the two guys, not really big names, no wiki pages, that's how you know. Nathan Lane, Megan Mullally, Megan Thee Stallion was big pop on that, and Bowen Yang. This trailer was interesting. I'm very interested to see what A24 does with the musical, because that feels like an area they've never been in before. Also, just watching this trailer, I was like, this ain't for me. And that's fine. That's totally fine. It ain't for me, but I'm just still going to watch it regardless.
Who's it for?
I don't know. Fucking you take a guess.
Do they have a month in June?
I think they have multiple. But yeah, so that's Dicks the Musical. What do you think of it, Jeff?
I mean, I will say funny enough, speaking of Churn Entertainment, their production company, I had no idea that Larry Charles was doing it. And when I saw that, I mean, it adds a bit of weight to it. Honestly, sure. He's involved in so many things. I mean, he is Seinfeld and Curbed right alongside Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David. He's obviously was the director of all of the Sacha Baron Cohen movies, at least like that first bunch. He didn't do the second Borat, but like there's a lot that you should put stake in his name being tied to this. Sure. Obviously, out of the three, Larry Charles is the least mainstream. But like, you should absolutely put stake into Larry Charles being a big part of this.
And to be
and he's part of Entourage too, I believe.
If you want to, whatever you want to say about Larry Charles, out of that main three grouping, Borat had a bigger singular cultural impact than anything from the other three outside of like the Seinfeld world. You know what I mean? Like
worldwide,
B-movie,
for sure.
Like B movie, no. Like for Curb Your Enthusiasm, amazing show, does not have the widespread impact that something like Borat had.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you factor in just outside of like the US and even Seinfeld. Yeah. I mean, Seinfeld's obviously, I'm not saying Seinfeld's only for Northeasterners, but like Seinfeld, if like you compare like the reach, like Borat's reach is obviously crazy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What'd you think?
I mean, I love musicals, love them. I think they're very dependent on how good the music is. Like, even if it's in a joking tone, like which it clearly is here, like it still needs to be catchy and it still needs to be good. I didn't really love the song in the trailer, but like you said, I do trust the creative behind this. Is Meg Thee Stallion the right choice here? I don't know. I like her. I like some of her music. I'm not sure what this career pivot is for her, where she's trying to get into movies and television. Like she did She-Hulk last year.
She sure did.
Yeah. So as of right now, it's not like at the top of my list, but I will be seeing it. It's not something I'm going to skip on. Bowen Yang has never really done it for me either.
Yeah.
Like none of his SNL skits have really ever done. I mean, the Avalanche one is, or not the Avalanche.
Oh, that one was really bad. The iceberg one.
The iceberg one
that
is
was
like
tough.
one of the worst skits they've had the past decade. Yeah, I mean, could be good. It could be good, and I'll be there. But as of now, it's just like I need to hear more music.
Exactly. And I just looked at the guy who does the music. His name is Carl St. Lucie. Does not have much of a IMDb presence.
That's a hell of a name.
That's a great name. He has just this basically, which I guess this movie was originally called Fucking Identical Twins. Which okay. But yeah, I don't know. Could be interesting. I think the big selling points, right, are Larry Charles and the fact that A24 doing a musical should be entertaining. For that's
I can't wait for Vaginas, the noir.
The noir, or what's another better medium? What's another, like the one man show? There you go. Yeah. Killer Sloths. What do they call it? The Otter.
The Slotherhouse.
Slotherhouse.
Good call by Gooch on this one for social.
The Slotherhouse. Emily Young, a senior, wants to be elected as a sorority's president. She adopts a cute sloth, thinking it could be the new mascot to help her win, until a string of fatalities implicate the sloth, the main suspect of the murders. So explain to us, Gooch, why you wanted us to all to bump this and thinking it would go viral.
Well, it did, and because it's just ridiculous. It's the exact kind of thing. Every time there's a gimmick movie like this, it just immediately the masses
like the fucking the Winnie the Pooh movie, which is, by the way, a steaming pile of garbage.
Very bad.
We said that, yeah.
And people go, I can't believe this is getting made. I can't, because it's like it costs $20 to make, and they'll put it in theaters for a day, and like one theater a city, and it'll make $1 million, and they've made their money back 30-fold. Mm-hmm. So that's why they make these. I will say, it does look kind of funny. Like it looks stupid funny. Like not like funny and like they wrote it purposely, like wrote good jokes, but it looks so dumb that I could see myself sitting there and just laughing at it. Like the sloth just sitting there smiling like, on the computer made me laugh.
First comment: writer's strike is doing a number on theaters, huh?
Yeah, the writer's strike. Yeah, because
that's definitely what caused this.
It is. By the way, I meant to.
NPCS.
I don't know why this popped in my head. An underappreciated movie that didn't come out during we did that draft the other day. Talk about musicals. Just randomly popped in my head was Hamlet 2. We've talked about it many times on the podcast. Great music in Hamlet 2. That's what makes Hamlet 2 great. But like you talk about like some of these ridiculous over the top movies that we've seen like go viral with trailers, and it is like it's kind of funny looking back, like. In the years we've tweeted trailers, you can kind of tell when you kind of know. And I don't mean like Endgame or a Star Wars movie or like something huge like Oppenheimer trailer, like Barbie. You know, like I'm not counting those. Like you can tell when it's like a really weird concept that's going to go off. And the one that actually told me that if you describe the trailer perfectly in a tweet that has a ridiculous concept, it will like pop was the Yesterday trailer. When the Beatles movie trailer,
because it was without the Beatles.
We tweeted it, and it was just like perfectly described. Like, what if the Beatles didn't exist? And is that movie as crazy as Slotherhouse? No, that was like a mainstream Danny Bull, but like it's kind of just an absurd of a concept, and that's always been like you just kind of know. You're like if you say it perfectly and it's that dumb, it's like it's gonna the fucking Winnie the Pooh movie. It's like the same thing. Like you just know that's gonna pop.
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, the creature feature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that Yesterday trailer was so good.
It really was awesome, and then the movie was just. Well, there was a character that overtook the movie that I thought ruined it.
Yeah, it's Kate McKinnon's dumbass.
Because everything about Yesterday is very grounded and believable, and the points are nice. I think like they all do a good job, but then she comes in and she's such a character. You're just like, what the fuck? You're like, this is so weird.
Yeah, that's why, again, in Barbie, just so perfectly measured amount of her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like, it just barely there about like tipping over. You know what I mean? It's right there.
Well, we talked about it we actually didn't mention during the review. Maybe it's unfair to us being haters of her, but we had seen a review that said like she stole the show. And we were like, oh no. Like, but then she did a good job. I was like, don't tell me there's more than we expect.
She obviously did, and also just to add on to that, did not steal the show whatsoever.
No,
right. She did not even fucking close. But yeah, that's Slaughterhouse. I'm down for more of these, like animal creature movies, like you were saying, just cost like $5, like Velocipaster.
Yeah,
another example.
Velocipaster is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was funny.
Right.
Like, that movie couldn't have cost like $100,000 to make. Like stuff like that. I'm totally fine. They want to pump out as many. Not going to say I'm going to go sprint to the theater to watch it or anything. But
whatever happened with the Tommy Wiseau had his next movie was going to be a shark movie. Whatever happened with that?
All I remember is Piranha's 3D.
We had a trailer like 3 months ago, and I can't remember what the movie was even called. I just remember a shark. He was in a boxing gym, and then all of a sudden, like a shark came into the city.
He's like 500 years old.
Why do I not remember that?
Yeah, neither do I.
It's one of the worst.
I don't remember that at all.
The trailer is awful. If you want to pull it up, I can splice it in.
Tommy Wiseau. Oh, Oppenheimer. You could have done better than that, Tommy. That's
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, they could have done better than that. What is this movie? Big Shark.
Yeah, it's called Big Shark.
First movie since the Room. Okay.
By the way, my Oppenheimer's showing yesterday, 70mm standard. No previews. They showed no previews for the movie. It just started at 1:00. It was there was nothing beforehand, nothing. It just started.
Nice.
I was worried opening night because I'd seen some tweets about that.
Said they did that, yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, gonna have to get there like 45 minutes early.
It was very, a couple people walked in like 30 minutes late, and they were like, what the fuck?
We're queuing up the trailer. Okay. Oh my God.
Just has stock footage.
Yeah, it's just B-roll of Miami.
New Orleans.
Better because cheaper to film there. Makes sense.
Yes.
Oh,
somehow the shark ends up in the boxing gym.
Big Shark. Yelling. That reminds me of another good movie, creature feature that came out. Crawl?
Oh, that one was good. That was with the alligator.
Yeah, that was a solid movie. Like, I'm down for anything you want to do about that. You want to make a lion, a tiger, fucking raccoons? I don't care.
Do you think that one was made a little bit more seriously than Slotherhouse?
Well, yeah, for sure. But like, you can do I think just more movies about animals. They did the lion one too, which was like okay. The Idris Elba one with his daughter.
Oh, I did not like that.
Yeah, that was like I would say the top level of his head was okay. Could have been way better.
They kept Tommy Wiseau's mystique just at the right level when Disaster Artist was, because, and it was funny, like remember when Dave Franco didn't let or James Franco didn't let him speak at the Globes. He wanted to take the mic from him. Because it skirted by, and it almost was too much where you're like, this is starting to really not be funny anymore, where it's once the fourth wall is breaking down far too much for the room to remain funny, and it never really did. So I hope it always stays like that, because that's why the room is as awesome as it is.
They played that the right way. Barbie's officially, speaking of Kate McKinnon, the highest grossing movie ever directed by a woman. Rightfully so, I guess. What's she beat out? Wonder Woman? Makes perfect sense.
I mean, people are giving Oppenheimer credit, which is justified. I mean, for an R-rated biopic that's 3 hours long to be, what is it at? 300, 400 million so far? Crazy. Barbie is on just as ridiculous of a run. The Barbie run is absurd. From weekend 1 to weekend 2, it had the lowest drop off for any movie grossing more than 100 million in its opening weekend. So big releases since The Force Awakens, or it's only second to The Force Awakens. I mean, it is a massive. This movie is going to end up as the highest grossing of the year, I think, because August has nothing. It'll just keep going. People are going to see this movie multiple. It's a multiple time in theaters movie that people will go see, with their friends. It's going to make a lot of money. It's going to
800 million right now.
Yeah, it's going to make a shit ton.
Yeah, and again, rightfully so.
Yeah,
moving up than Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting to see it's going to be interesting to see the trajectory in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I am curious, I think we've said Oppenheimer will probably pick up a little. I'm not saying it's going to pass it overall. Barbie's going to win the box office, which it always is going to. Yeah. But I'm curious, the week to week, I do think the steady climb of Oppenheimer, I think it will remain, because the shows are sold out for so long at these big IMAX theaters. like it is tough to get to see it in like the right format. So I do think it's like people are still asking questions about it. So I'm curious to see in the next like few weeks how it goes. But it is nuts. Good for her too. I will say the one thing that there was this debate about like if she's a household name, and I don't think she is. I think
was crazy.
Which like honestly like Christopher Nolan, and this sounds great. I think Christopher Nolan's barely a household. Like I think household names in movies like Spielberg, and it's like Spielberg, Martin Scorsese. Like that's like it's to be a household name in this day and age is like nearly impossible. But it is interesting because where I think Nolan is the star, and like Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., they're great in Oppenheimer, but Nolan is like the name with Oppenheimer. But obviously with Barbie, it is Margot Robbie, and to an extent Ryan Gosling as well. Where Gerwig's name obviously isn't. Where if Gerwig's name was kind of popping like Jordan Peele's does for his movies, like Peele's name is what popped with his movies, then maybe she could be on that same trajectory. But she obviously is like. Look how much money Little Women made. I mean, what Gucci probably didn't make enough money, but it's like it is crazy. She's been very successful for everything she's done. She's clearly like a superstar in that sense.
I think she wants to be that household name director too. I don't think she's interested in going back to more the Ladybirds and I don't think she wants to go backwards. I'm fairly certain. Like she took on the Narnia project, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's huge. Like that is massive. So.
Just to guess, I don't think that Greta Gerwig's Barbie makes as much money as just Barbie. You know what I mean? Like she can't just throw her name on. Like she can't be like Jordan Peele's Up. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't have a lot of value added.
She is like because what is the space? I think there was a point where we thought maybe who was going to be the who was going to be. I think we thought for a while that Ava DuVernay was maybe going to be that big budget. Like the female big budget director to kind of have everything, and then like her DC
movie,
right? Her DC thing kind of fell apart. Her Disney movie was terrible.
Yeah, that stunk. The wishing.
It was just Wish, right?
There's something else to it. There's another word. Fuck, what was it? It was not
Wish Upon.
Wish Upon. I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
It was really Wish Upon.
I believe so. Yeah.
No, Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time.
No, wait. Wish Upon was it's like a 1 out of 100 on our website. It's with Joey King.
That's the Joey King one. Yeah.
Wish Upon is really bad, really like gruesomely gross too, and like terrible. Yeah, Wrinkle in Time.
Is that the one where they do the it's like they had basically like a box and there's something, and then whenever they wished it, they did the thing where they would like freeze and like smile or something.
No, that was Truth or Dare. They froze and smiled.
You're right. Yep.
That's just all movies that we reviewed in the first like year and a half of this podcast.
And the guy like fell onto the pool table and broke his neck or something. Yeah, that was a rough one.
By the way, I texted in our group the Zoe 101 movie. I watched it last night. Oh man, I watched a couple really bad movies on Netflix. The
Lucky Strike.
Yeah. What's it called? Counter-Strike, right?
That's a video
First
game.
Strike. Or Hidden Strike.
Yeah, Hidden Strike with John Cena and Jackie Chan.
Bing Chilling.
Mr. Bing Chilling himself, yeah.
Horrible, which the poster is, oh my God, that's literally what the news items say when you search it. The poster is a unbelievable ripoff of Mad Max Fury Road. Have you seen it?
Let's see.
It came out when you look at it on IMDb, it says 2021, by the way.
Same color palette.
Look at the poster. Look at the poster for this movie. It's a complete ripoff of the Mad Max Fury Road poster. It's a complete rip. And then what's the other Netflix movie I watched?
Have you guys ever seen the Geostorm poster next to the Inception poster?
Yeah.
It's the weirdest. Like
that one is crazy.
Why did they rip that one off?
Yeah. Forgot about
Hidden Strike, and then the Sympathy for the Devil movie with Joel Kinnaman and Nick Cage. Yeah. That's terrible. Oh, that Paradise movie is horrible too. Mm-hmm. That was the other one.
But yeah, shout out to Barbie.
Shout out to the Barbs, baby.
We get to talk about one of Gucci's favorite actors of all time, Steve Amell, where the fuck his name is. Green Arrow himself. Being the first actor to basically break the strike lines and say, I support my union, but I think it's a reductive negotiating tactic, striking. And the entire thing is incredibly frustrating. And then he kind of like doubled down on it as it went on. Just a while, like out of all the actors, and that's the thing we were talking about in our group chat too, out of all the actors to break ranks,
Steven, the question was, do you think Arrow will ever come back?
Just sounding off on the strike that he was apparently one of the 3% of total actors that voted against the strike. And he's hyper proud of it. It's just, why would you do that to yourself?
I know. Now he's I wish the comments had stayed private. He said this as on a panel.
Yeah, he was
in front of a crowd.
Into a microphone.
In front of a crowd. He's yeah, I wish those comments had stayed private.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel bad for our boy Michael Waldron because he's the star of Heels, this guy.
Yeah, I've heard.
And he is really good in Heels. He's amazing in Heels. But it's just a wild thing to just say on the panel. You know what I mean?
Did you guys see, was that tweet put in our group text where it was hot people just need handlers?
Yeah, hot people need handlers.
Yeah, he's too attractive to just be out there on his own.
Which is true. I feel all these a lot of hot actors just get themselves into hot water doing shit like this. A great example, Gal Gadot doing that Imagine video. Anyone on that Imagine video, all those people needed a handler to be don't do that. But yeah, that poor Stevie, Green Arrow himself.
You have failed this city.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know what it was. I got a good laugh when it was just him. It was oh, I guess he's the one who's going to break the lines. Okay, that's unexpected.
And the fact that meme of the guy squatting in front of the grave, smiling, is literally
his
from Arrow. It's from Arrow.
It's his character's grave.
Yeah, it's Oliver Queen's grave.
What are the chances of that? It's fucking crazy. All right, and last thing, there's a new Wonder Woman in development for James Gunn's DCU, according to Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman 3 or some such. Look,
you were, dude, I could not believe when you called me, when you FaceTimed me and Gooch, you cried for 5 minutes before you could even get the words out.
I was just so happy. Of all the people in the original Justice League to make it into the DCU, why her? Why her to be the person to make the jump into the next one? Someone who is I feel at least among non-DC hyperfan stan accounts and everything, pretty much objectively viewed as one of probably the worst actor in that group. Hey, Ezra Miller, the worst person in that group, sure. But as far as worst actor, end to end, she's definitely there. You can watch compilations of her horrid acting. And just for her to make it into DC would just really fucking suck, especially if Patty Jenkins is back on it too, because her whole reaction to Wonder Woman 84 stinking really rubbed me the wrong way too. When she was just blaming everybody but herself for her movie being shit. So I don't know. I think she should be left in the dust, and they really just need, this is the opposite of a clean start, especially because not only is she a big part, obviously, of Justice League and their whole thing, she was in the fucking post credits of every failed DC project. You know what I mean? She was just there.
She really has been in she really does pop up in fucking everyone.
She just shows up, you know what I mean? And and then in Fast X just shows up. She's just there.
For as much as I love the theme, every time in all these fucking DC movies, all of a sudden I'll just hear and she fucking comes walking in.
It's just
she looks the part.
She's charismatic.
Is she charismatic though?
Off camera.
I guess. I don't know.
She to me is very similar to The Rock, where they have the charisma, they obviously have the look, they have all that stuff, but they just don't have that second gear, which I was texting you guys about. And that's one of the coolest things about all James Gunn movies to me is he gets all these super gorgeous people, and he just gets that second gear out of them for 2 or 3 scenes to give a movie a little more depth. And that's it. And she just does not have that. Her depth is Kal-El. No, I was rewatching a compilation of her worst moments from worst acting moments. There's a scene where
enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Fucking when not Connie Nielsen, Robin Wright dies in Wonder Woman. She's like, no, don't die. It's incredible. She just doesn't have it, and so I'm just very much.
The way she acts is she's acting in slow motion.
It makes no sense and yet perfect sense. You're completely correct.
It's just very strange.
Yeah, I want to see if I can find this. The clip from her dying. Ready? Just watch this shit.
It's so. I just don't get why you wouldn't reset Foley. as much as you can. And like, I will say that, you know what, we'll get into it because we're in our draft. Some James Gunn DC stuff might come up, so I'll save it. I'll save it because it is just it's a very odd. It's the first thing he's done that like I don't think is smart. I've liked everything they've done. Whether it'll be successful or not, I don't know. But it's the first thing where I'm like, that's just strange. It just seems like an odd
Muschietti pick for Batman.
Oh, that's true, Andy Muschietti.
I still don't think he's going to end up being the director of that, but
neither do I. I think there was a weird disconnect again with that whole test screening thing that comes from. So I
know Blue Beetle's awesome. The more I think about it, like I hope Blue Beetle's like a Blue Beetle like transcends the genre.
The more I see the trailers, the effects look so bad. It's like PlayStation 2 ass effects. It's terrible. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like
you just can't get rid of and I know she's been in a lot more DC stuff than Henry Cavill has, so it wouldn't be too confusing for like the general audience, like the people who really don't pay attention to this stuff. But for your like hardcore base, like you can't do that to them. You can't take away their favorite character and then keep their least favorite character as like the one you keep on.
Or at least favorite portrayal, you know what I mean? And like, it's not even the character thing.
Oh, no, people love Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's just like the portrayal thing. And like, sure. And another thing I think too with the Cavill thing is like I feel like now just has a history of trying really hard on projects he's passionate about and just being dumped basically by the people making, like The Witcher, just running away from source material, and then being brought back to be Superman, and then dumping him again, like all this shit, and it sucks for him, man.
I still want him to play like a Captain Britain, and I still think I think moves like that would be moves that would excite people for Marvel beyond like some of like the things that have like bothered people and been like like I think bringing characters in who are somewhat adjacent to characters we know and love that are new faces rather than, you know, like Hulk's brother, like, it's just like it's things like that. It's just where it's not. I'm not even talking about like, you know, making like Samuel's Cap is cool, and but like some of the other I can't even think right now about some of the characters that have been introduced in this franchise. Like some of the characters of Secret Invasion, and it's like Moon Knight. Like there's some cool characters, but it's like I just feel like, unfortunately, I'm not saying that the comic audience is dumb. We are that audience, but like bringing in characters that exist already, that feel somewhat adjacent to the ones that we love with big names and faces, like that might help. Again, like a Gosling Ghost Rider, that was the news because Emily Blunt like joked, like she's like, I had to talk to Ryan Gosling about that. He's not interested in being a comic book character. Like that's why Fantastic Four cast be very important.
Oh my gosh,
it's going to be a very important move. Like whoever gets put into those roles. So
and. Is anyone going to be put in those roles at this point?
I know. Well, with the strike, it kind of it's making it a little interesting.
I know, but the more I hear about it, the more people who are just like, I don't think Marvel is going to be getting like the big names, not the top of the A list that they were getting there for a second.
For Fantastic Four, maybe, yeah. Well, it's going to be very important who they put in those roles, though.
It sounds like just these actors don't want to be tied into 10-year contracts.
Well, but also, I mean, even if you look at Secret Invasion, they just paid a buck ton to these like high tier actors and actresses. And, like Emilia Clarke's like, yeah, this is the best project I've ever been on. Like, you knew it wasn't, so which means you just got paid an ass ton to be in that, and like she barely had to do anything in that. Like, think about like
I didn't watch it. I watched the first episode.
If you think about at least, I don't. Did you finish Secret Invasion, Jeff? Or am I?
Yeah, it's not like they essentially, by the way, admitted that it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, which is the funniest part of that. I think that whole spiel.
Anyways, watch Echo.
Oh, I forgot about Echo. God damn. And then there's we'll get into more projects later. But let's do our draft. Beforehand, let's talk about Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Created by fans for fans, Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easy to never score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. And they guarantee the lowest price. A whole bunch of must-see summer events out right now. There's concerts everywhere, MLB games everywhere. It's festival season. You got Drake, you got Morgan Wallen, you got Dead & Company, Mets, Yankees, whatever you want. We use Game Time all the time. What's the last thing I used Game Time for? I think used it for a Yankee game in, I want to say May. Jeff, I know you use it plenty for other events. And now that you're in LA, you got even better.
Going to see Shohei, and I'm going to see Messi on September 3rd.
Nice. They're doing Shohei Ohtani Day on the Yak right now as we speak. They're all dressed in Angels gear because they.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I mean, by the way, the price difference to go see Shohei compared to Lionel Messi is quite large.
Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, if you go see fucking the greatest football player maybe ever, you can go watch. Yeah, I said football. Yeah, you can go watch a Messi game if there's an MLS game in your area. It's all possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last minute price drops can be found in the seats that you thought you could never buy. The purchase process takes 2 taps and 10 seconds. And once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. This app also allows you to easily share tickets with your friends via text so that you can get to the game seamlessly. We talk about it all the time. The first darts tournament we all went to, we had to have one guy sitting there with the app, pre-Game Time app, just scanning in 67 people one by one on an app. It is annoying as shit. So skip the hassle and enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website. Enter your
go
email.
See Taylor Swift tonight for $355 at SoFi.
Exactly. There you go. And SoFi, hell yeah. Enter your email, redeem code LCB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Before we get to our draft, let's hear from Ice Cube himself.
All right. We are joined for the first time. We've been joined by his son multiple times. He's become a friend of ours, a fellow nerd of the anime and comic book and Star Wars world. But now we have the other one, Ice Cube. It's our first fathers. We've never done the father and the son before on the show. How's it going?
Man, this is the first time I've ever been called the other one.
Yeah, he's eclipsed you.
I almost called you the elder one. That felt way worse. Worse.
So I'm the other one, which is cool. That means he's out there making a name for himself, which is pretty good. Pretty good.
We'll have to get you guys on together at some point.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of anime and animated things, it's a year of cool looking animated movies. If you saw Mitchell's and the Machine, awesome animated movie from a few years ago. Same people that did that, doing this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. It's nice when it's like a project like this. I don't really have to explain what it is, but these are more teenage focused turtles, animation style, as cool as can possibly be. And you are playing kind of a new villain here. A very different Superfly, mutant fly who seeks for mutants to have dominance over humans. But a cool thing in this insane cast, written by Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, a lot of great names in it, is that you guys recorded a lot of this together, which doesn't really happen for animated movies, right?
Yeah, I think it was great to give the movie a feel of reality. Sometimes you can see animated movies and it sounds like voiceovers, and here you can add the ad-libs, you can add the little flavor, the little mortar between the bricks that keeps everything alive. And I think in the future, more and more people will do it this way.
We always run into that too, because we interview people who do these animated movies, and you want to say like, "Oh, how is it working with this person?" But they're almost never together until like the red carpet for 15 minutes. So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I didn't work with everybody at the same time, but it was cool to work with the Turtles. But I still want to meet Jackie Chan. I haven't met Jackie Chan.
There you go.
Legend.
Without a doubt.
Oh, man, I'll be for the premiere.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan voicing Splinter, which that's fits like a glove, I would assume. But yeah, you play a new character. Playing a new character in an established universe has to be, talk about fun. That has to be a blast. But you can create your own thing within something that is so beloved.
Without a doubt. It reminds me of when KD went to the Warriors. They're already winning, and then you just add this piece. How could it go wrong? Like the nostalgia, the excitement around the Ninja Turtles have been going 30 years strong. And so for me to be able to come in and do a new character and know that, okay, all eyes is going to be on this new guy. And so, just having that platform, that stage to be able to have so much fun with the dude, with Superfly, it was just dream come true as an actor. I don't know who got a sweeter role in the project, sweeter than me.
They had like the live action Ninja Turtles. They had like the Michael Bay one. They had the one in the 90s. But I feel like animated is such a better medium for these guys because, it's big man-sized turtles running around a city doing karate and stuff. It's like that's a tough thing to sell in live action with prosthetics or with CGI or whatever. But on animated, I feel like it's such a better spot for them. I don't know how you feel. I guess you have to feel in positive. Right?
Yeah, I mean, with animation, you can do more. I think you can go further. You can get the action just right. A guy in a turtle suit might not even be able to get that kick up as high as it need to go. You know what I mean? You can kind of do anything your heart desire when it comes to animation. So, for a director, I'm pretty sure it's a fun medium to work with. And for the turtles, I actually think they work both ways, to be honest, but you just can't beat this next level animation. It's just cool. You're watching this movie waiting for the next shot to see how much cooler it is than the shot you're watching. So it's got that quality to it too.
Love that. Some other big names in it too, just to push it even harder. Maya Rudolph, Paul Rudd, Post Malone, Giancarlo Esposito. Talk about a villain voice. Rose Byrne, Hannibal Buress. It's stacked. Comes out August 2nd. What was your history pre this movie with the Turtles? Was there characters in your household over the years? Like, were you a Turtles guy?
Definitely. As a youngster, I checked it out. I knew the concept was next level, and I was like, how could you miss with teenage, the mutants, the ninjas, and the turtles? Like, live in the sewer, eat pizza. Can't miss with that.
No, you can't beat that.
Can't miss. And once my kids got older, they came out with the live action movie. So we went to see that, and to me, the production was next level. And from then on, we had Ninja Turtle O'Shea Jr., he running around in the pajamas. He had the Ninja Turtle bedspread, lunch pails, action figures I done stepped on a few times walking in his room. It's like the Turtles been with us our whole life as a family. And, I think when the Turtles came out, we ate more pizza than even Italian guys, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, they've always been here. They've always been cool. And, like I said, it's hard to miss with these guys.
The big question though, you gotta let's offer up the Turtles. Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael. Who's your number one? You got to pick
Michelangelo, baby, leader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the leader. I'm a leader. You know what I mean? Michael, man, without a doubt.
All right, I got a turtle lore question, or I guess a history question on them, and I never quite found the answer. Why do the turtles wear masks? Why do they have to conceal their identity? Wouldn't they be pretty easy? Like, yeah, that's one of the 4 walking turtles.
Bruh, they're ninjas. All ninjas wear masks. You know what I mean? So they gotta wear masks just because they're ninjas. You know what I mean? It's like, my question is, why do they have on elbow pads?
That's a great point.
It's like we're in a shoot. It's look good, feel good, play good. I think that's what it is.
They do ride skateboards, so they gotta be you gotta be careful.
It's like in the 90s when they would wear the big cowboy collars in football and stuff. It's like, I don't know what the actual purpose physically was, but they looked cool. And I was scared of anyone wearing them.
I wore one of those. I was a fullback and a linebacker. And
hell yeah!
I had to rock the neck.
The neck roll.
Yeah. Did you have the roll or underneath the jersey? The roll always looked.
I didn't like the roll. I liked that. It was one that was more kind of like block like it had more of a square feel to it. That's the one I used to rock.
That's the Mike Allstott one, or Lorenzo Neal. I like that one. Yeah. Obviously, Jeff Rowe directed this. Worked with Lord Miller on Mitchell's and the Machine. So you're kind of going full circle with this, because we can talk about 21 Jump Street as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. I love to work with guys that have mastered their craft and have come with their own style of comedy. I got my own style of comedy with the movies I make, but I love to, step into other people's, world of comedy, whether it's Seth or it's Jonah Hill, it's just, to me, what it's really all about, finding new ways. I love to work with the Coen brothers, I love, to work with some of the guys that's out there that's really next level comedy. Let's do it, because you learn a lot. I learn a lot from these guys. So when it's time for me to go back and do my comedies, I can use some of those tricks of the trade.
I like that you say that, because Lord and Miller, 21 Jump Street, I mean, they're both great. I love them both, but I'll give the slight nod to the first of the two. Top 5 comedy of all time for me. But Lord and Miller are so snappy with their comedy, and you don't even have time to really to think about the joke. Like you hear the joke, you're already on to the next joke. Like you can't process it. Does that even allow, like, for you on set? Because like you had so many good one-liners in both movies. Does that allow even more creative freedom? Because it is just truly nonstop.
Oh, man, we had 10-minute takes where he'd be like, say something else, say something different, talk about his hair. You hear Laura, you hear Phil, and them dudes just yelling out stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep going, you finding more ad-libs, it was so much material, so many laughs, that I said, dude, you guys should do 21 and a half Jump Street, right? Where it's the Jump Street movie, but all the dialogue is different than the first movie, because we got tons of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it would be, to me, something that would be next level in movie making, that we had so much extra funny stuff that we cut a whole new movie that's the same movie.
Yeah.
It's funny you say, though, because that happened with their most recent, with their new Spider-Man movie. People just found out they released different versions throughout the country in theaters, like little tweaks here and there that are just exist. They should have. I would watch any new Jump Street. Any new Jump Street, I'm in any time if they're involved.
Without a doubt, me too. They don't have to ask twice. Playing Captain Dickerson was great, and Seth is the same way. Like he has a nice contemporary, on the pulse, know what people are doing right now as we speak, knowing how to make people laugh right now. He got that flavor, in space.
We gotta do the fictional big threes, right?
We do. Big Three kicked off another new season. You had a great Twitter video the other day. You were made some good points about gatekeepers and the Big Three, and not just the media, but shout out to us, the media, talking about it, by the way. But also, the NBA needing to get maybe more involved. But we got that just kicked off Chicago. Big summer for the Big Three. But we wanted to toss up some fictional Big Threes to you, and who you think would win in a 3-on-3 little fictional basketball battle here.
No problem.
All right, first one. It's a team of superheroes: Spider-Man, Batman, and Black Panther with no killing powers. They're not killing anybody out here.
Not in 3-on-3.
Versus cereal mascots: Tony the Tiger, Sugar Bear, who is, by the way, we looked it up, 9 feet tall, 1,150 pounds, and Captain Crunch. Who do you think wins in that 3-on-3?
I mean, give me the superheroes. Like, who's gonna guard Spider-Man? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of, he seems quick. Black Panther seemed like he got to have a game like Kobe or Michael Jordan. Those cereal guys ain't gonna be able to.
Tony the Tiger and Sugar Bear. I think Captain Crunch might be a liability out there. That might be tough.
Yeah, they're gonna get dog walked.
All right, next one. People that you starred in movies with. We got Team Comedy: Kevin Hart, Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, against Team Action: Vin Diesel, John Voight, Sam Jackson.
Give me the first squad.
Oh, okay.
I know Kevin Hart can play.
He's strong now too.
Jonah looked like a liability. They're gonna leave Jonah open. But Channing looked like he has some rebound ability. Now, the first guys, who do we have? We had Vin Diesel,
John Voight, Samuel Jackson.
Well, Vin Diesel, I don't know how much he can play. He looked like he could set a hell of a pick. He out there setting hell of a picks. John Voight seemed like he got one of those sneaky old man jumpers. You know what I mean? You think he can't do shit and he's hitting threes on you. You know what I mean? He's sweating up his ass, running down the court, looking back at you. You know, and Samuel, he's yelling at everybody. He's the kind who yells at his teammate, you know what I mean, wants to fight him in the huddle, throwing stuff, yelling at the ref. So he's going to be preoccupied. So, you know, I think that first squad to take out that second squad.
He'd be Coach Carter. I like that.
You know, John Voight has that Tim Duncan bank shot down. You know that.
Yeah. That tricky, you know, he probably shoots his free throws underhanded like Rick Barry and hits every one of those things, like shooting 98%. You know what I'm saying? He just looks like he's sneaky and tricky, and he has a little grin. Can't move fast, but gets where you want to go. You can't speed him up. Yeah, he's probably the toughest guard out there.
All right, this one's more of a mixed bag. So we got Rasheed Wallace, Prince, and Darius Stone, your character in Triple X.
Wow.
Versus Reggie Miller, Adam Sandler, and Desolation Williams from Ghost of Mars.
Wow. I don't know. Wait. Say that squad. Say them again. Say those again.
Rasheed Wallace, Prince, and Darius Stone versus Reggie Miller, Adam Sandler, and Desolation Williams.
Give me, oh man. Give me the first squad. I mean the second squad. You know, I think the Reggie Miller, Desolation Williams,
and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
The Adam Sandler mixtape at like Lifetime Fitness that pops up every now and then, where he's just dropping dimes left and right, is fascinating to watch.
Play.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, Reggie Miller is unstoppable. He's always moving. He's always hitting threes. I don't think Rashad can keep up with him. I think Desolation and Darius, of course, they mirrored each other, but Desolation is dirtier than Darius, so
yeah,
he'll hit him with an elbow or something and get to the paint. And I think Prince is good. He's quick, but I think Adam, you know, got that, you know, one of those Ginobili kind of games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think he'll be tricky and nasty. Crack a few jokes about Prince height, get him out his game.
Yep.
Last one. This is a personal one. You're involved. Your son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and a prime LeBron James, against another father-son duo, Clint Eastwood, Scott Eastwood, and Michael Jordan.
Sorry, y'all. I'm going with my squad. Clint Eastwood, come on now. Dude, you know, I think, I don't know what his game looked like, but I know those knees are shot. And you got, I don't know, never seen his son play. You know, so Michael Jordan would have to, it will really pretty much be a 3-on-1. Now he might can win, but I think we could contain him. You know, we'll just use those old school Piston Jordan rules on him, put him on his wallet a couple of times, and he's too rich to get hurt. So
that's true.
He'll probably just shoot jumpers, stay off the ground.
I love that. All right, we want to do something with you. We call it 6-pack, so it's just 6 rapid-fire questions. The first being a role that you auditioned for, really wanted, but didn't get.
Mouse in a devil a devil in a blue dress.
Wow.
Yeah, I went out to play Mouse, and I knew I wasn't gonna get it because the minute I walked in the room, Denzel looked at me and said, "You look young." I was like, "Damn." Not getting this one.
That's amazing.
I know you look that young. I'm like, wow. Do I look old on screen or what? So I knew I wasn't getting that one.
What was your weirdest fan interaction?
Weirdest fan interaction was a fan walked up to me and said, "You're in the Bible. I saw you. I know who you are in the Bible." And I was like, okay.
I don't think I have that copy.
Yeah. She actually became a stalker, and
there you go. Okay.
tattooed my real name on her forehead, which is O'Shea. And it was just the weirdest encounter I ever had.
Oh my God. Who's a director you'd really love to work with? You mentioned the Coen brothers earlier.
Yeah, I mean, would love to work with them. I would love to work with Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a great director. Spike Lee. Love to work with him. Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it's great. That's an all-star list.
Spielberg wants to pull another big blockbuster. He's still got it. So
yeah.
That's a guy that would give you, let's say, 21 off the pick and roll alone in a good in a fair fight. Yeah. You get the green light to make any movie you want. What would you make it about, and who would you cast as your co-lead?
Man. That's a tough one. Like, that's the keys to the candy store right there.
Yeah.
Wow. I would probably make a sequel to Straight Outta Compton. It would be done like the sequel was done to The Godfather, where they went back in time and you bring Eazy-E back and kind of go back and forth between how it was and how it is now. And then I could play in the movie. So I guess my son would play the younger me and I would play the me, the now me. But, that's a pretty good one.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Or the Ice Cube movie. Movie
just the Ice Cube
about
movie.
me. Yeah.
Which is just a spin-off of Straight Outta Compton. Just do a spin-off.
Yeah. If you could get any three players, alive or dead, into the big three, who would you pick?
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, that in their primes, that would be an impossible team to touch. Like, you can't get anywhere on them.
Crazy.
Oh my God. All right, and the last one, who's the musician that maybe people wouldn't know that you like? Like, maybe Ice Cube's a big Coldplay guy or something. Like, someone you listen to on the down low.
Now, I mean, I like Eric Clapton. People probably think that, that I wouldn't. I think that's one that's, people probably be surprised about.
I love that. We're big Clapton guys. So
yeah, love Eric. Come on. Change the world. Yeah. Huge thank you for joining us. Check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I almost said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT. That would be very repetitive. Mutant Mayhem coming out in theaters on August 2nd. Also check out the Big Three as well all summer long. I know tons of hours on CBS this year, I believe, live. Great kickoff the first weekend. Awesome teams as always. We'll have to talk to we'll have to double up with you guys. You got to tell your son now that you guys are gonna dust Clint Eastwood in the pickup game.
I can't wait to work Clint Eastwood. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to shake his ass, make him fall on his ass, look at him, give him the shimmy, pop it. You know what I mean?
The Allen Iverson step.
Yeah, the step over, the AI step.
Yeah. Say games like make my day, bitch.
Perfect.
You will see in this is going to air. This airs tomorrow. So in context, like whatever tomorrow is, like the 28th or 27th of June, there will be on Twitter. We will Photoshop you AI stepping over Clint Eastwood.
No problem, man. Make sure you got on this cowboy shit.
Yeah, you feel lucky.
I need cowboy boots. I want to shake the horse. The horse need to fall down too. You know what I mean? I want everybody on. I'm breaking ankles.
Josie Wales my ass.
Thank you so much, man. It was a blast. Hope we get to talk to you again.
Thank you so much, man.
All right, thanks to Ice Cube. Very fun hearing his potential cross-ups
He's gonna dust Clint Eastwood on the hardwood. He's gonna fucking.
And I have no doubt. Like if you were to put them one-on-one, you might not believe this bet on Ice Cube.
Yeah, break his fucking shins. Just absolutely like, ether him on the court.
All right, let's do
Fuck you, Ice Cube.
All right, let's do this draft. Again, here are our categories. One actor to win an Oscar, one actress to win an Oscar, one director to win an Oscar, one movie to win an Oscar, one future billion-dollar movie, one future box office bomb, and one actor or actress to do something real weird. I randomized it before we went. Here, Gooch, you can validate. It's me, Gooch, and then Jeff. So, Jeff, I think you're actually in a great spot at 3 for this specifically.
I don't know if people will pick my picks. I'm worried about the Oscar movie, but the other stuff I feel pretty good about.
Okay, I'll go with my first one, the one that I'm the most confident in, which is an actor or actress to do something weird. And I'm going to go with Austin Butler.
I think that was my pick. That's a really good one.
I think Austin Butler is going to do something real freaky, and I don't know what it is. I can't like say exactly what or figure anything, but he's a weirdo, baby. He's a big time weirdo, and I think he's going to do something that is going to disgust us as a nation. And that he's not like to the like an Ezra Miller type thing, something that's going to be like what, like Army Hammerish. You know what I mean? He gives me big Army Hammer vibes. So Austin Butler for me as an actor and actress to do something real weird. Gooch.
I'm going to start with director.
Director to win an Oscar. Let's go.
Because I think there's a very obvious choice. I think it's Nolan.
He was never nominated for an Oscar.
I know he's never won.
Our qualifier was never nominated for anything.
Okay, well,
that.
Yeah, that makes things it makes things difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm changing my pick. Then I'm changing my pick. I'm going to go with future billion-dollar movie. I'm going to go Dune 2.
Dune 2.
Whether it releases later this year or releases next year, I don't think it matters. It'll make $1 billion, I think. It'll be close, but I think the hype is absolutely there. Yeah, it's just, it released so weirdly. The first one did. It was coming off the heels of COVID, and the marketing had been going on had been stretched out for 2 years at that point. But the second
release on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And yeah, the second one has the payoff of what everything the first one had set up. So yeah, I think Dune Part 2, easy lock for $1 billion.
Okay, it's a good pick. As Jeff probably just lost 2 of his top.
No, I didn't. No, I wouldn't have picked Dune. I actually don't.
Yeah,
if I had to bet, I would not bet Dune 2 makes $1 billion.
Yeah, me too.
It wasn't on my list. My list is I'm gonna go Oscar movie for Best Picture. Now Dune I did have on that list, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to go with The Movie Critic from Quentin Tarantino. I think it's ripe for winning Best Picture it's like a completely different award show than it is all the other awards because the Academy pool is so big and there are people who don't love Tarantino. But if he does a movie about Hollywood, about movies, like I think that's ripe to win, especially if it's his last. If it's like his last movie, I could just see his last movie winning Best Picture. So I'll go The Movie Critic from Tarantino as my Oscar Best Picture pick.
That's a great pick. You get back to back as well.
And then I'll go director. I'll go Jordan Peele to win Best Director.
It's a good pick.
I think Peele will eventually win that award. He's already won writer. He has a movie coming out next year, supposedly. I love that we don't know anything about it. I think he's going to keep doing this for a while. I think even if he didn't love Us, I still liked Us quite a bit. I think Nope is going to age like fucking fine wine. I think Nope is incredible. I think Nope got the negative thing on Nope is I think people expect it to be a horror like the first. It is like a kind of it's a freaky fucking movie, but it's such an awesome.
He was nominated
for Best Director.
Yeah,
for what?
That's not part of the rule, is it?
For Get Out.
Yeah, no, you can't be nominated for the award.
I just got shut out.
Yeah, that was our whole rule.
I thought it was just for actor. Okay, then we'll do. We'll do. I'll move back to that because my other picks I can get later. I'm gonna do Daniel Craig for Oscar actor. Has he been? He's been nominated, right?
I like that.
I do like that pick.
Craig is not, which is crazy because Daniel Craig should have been nominated for Knives Out for Best Actor. He was so fucking good in that role.
I like that. That's a great pick.
You probably could have said he could have been nominated for Bond and like Casino Royale. Yeah. And honestly, you want a real hot take? He should have been nominated for actor for
Logan
Lucky.
Best supporting. He was really goddamn good.
No peeking.
Joe Bang.
Joe Bang. God, I gotta rewatch that.
Him eating those just the hard boiled eggs is enough. Yeah, I'll take Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig seems like someone who is poised to do something crazy and just be like if he wins, it'll be one of those ones where like he's gonna win by the end of August.
Yeah.
I love how all out he goes. With like everything outside of Bond. I mean, and Bond, he obviously goes all out there, but it's just a different gear with the Knives Out and the Logan Lucky, where he just loves doing those accents and just really, really hamming it up. And those are the kind of performances that end up in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. He crushed both of those. God, I got to rewatch Logan Lucky again. Gooch.
All right. I'm going to go with movie to win Oscar. Okay. I'm going to go. I think this will be the competition. Killers of the Flower Moon against. I think that will end up being the competition with Oppenheimer.
Really?
I mean, I could see like Past Lives sneaking in there, but
I will say, I mean, I already have my pick. I really don't know how Oppenheimer doesn't win everything. Like it is going to like, it just feels like such a voter's darling.
Oh, it is. Mm-hmm. It's on paper, everything. It has everything the voters love. But you never count out Marty, baby. Marty with Leo and De Niro. And of course,
Marty stuff is always so weird though with the Oscars. Yeah, exactly.
Right? I was just thinking that him with the Oscars.
So odd. Like Martin Scorsese in the Oscars is such a weird, like when you really, if you really deep dive on it, I mean, I think it is a good pick, but like it's very strange. Like there's just some things you're like, really? Like that didn't do as well, but this one did, and this one didn't receive as much love. Yeah.
Let's see. Best. What movies did he get that he direct that won? Really, he only won an Academy Award for Best Departed and for Departed, and that's it.
Yep,
that's fucking crazy.
He barely won, but he won the Departed one. Best Departed.
He's only got one. He's in the Twilight years.
Yeah, Gangs of New York and The Aviator got nominated for it. Damn. Wait. Oh, okay. They weirdly stretched this out. I was about to say that doesn't make any sense. He got it for like Raging Bull and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so Killers of the Flower Moon for your bet movie to win an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll start with future box office bomb, and I'll do Aquaman 2. Aquaman 2 is going to lose an insane amount of money.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be real bad, and especially like the lead is becoming larger for the budget to future gains because they kept having to do reshoots over and over and over again. They've had to delay it a bunch of times. Like it's going to be impossible to overcome. And then they're going to have to market it too. Like they haven't even started anything with marketing. This is supposed to come out in fucking December, isn't it? Like it's just crazy. Aquaman 2, I think is going to be a massive bomb. And I'll back that with let's do director to win a future Oscar. I got 3 on my mind. I think Ben Affleck will win an best director Oscar.
He was one of the guys on my list. It's banana lands that he's never been fucking nominated for. Him not being nominated for Argo and then winning Best Picture is all
never
time.
Been nominated.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That was the big controversy year that Argo won. He wasn't nominated for Best Director.
Yeah.
So that is insane.
I think Ben Affleck's going to win one. You know what I mean? Like Air's not going to get.
I don't think Air will get that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get even nominated for much or anything.
I could see him sneaking in with the Best Director nom for that. Like I wouldn't be stunned by that. But I guess at this point, maybe I should be because he's never fucking been nominated for it.
I think he's going to direct something else in sometime in the future that is going to get the rightful credit he deserves as being. He is a legitimately very good director. So
he's too Chad Alpha, the vote for the Hollywood voters.
You can't be like a handsome best director winner.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aquaman 2 and Ben Affleck for me. Gucci, back up.
I'll go with my bomb because I think there's a very obvious one. I think it's the Marvels. I think the Marvels stands to lose a shit ton of money.
I thought about that, but the only thing holding me back is the fact that fucking Miss Marvel, or no, what is it? Captain Marvel made like $1 billion.
The Captain Marvel thing is entirely dependent on Brie Larson had a ton of hype coming into that role. This is before people hated her rendition, which I don't like it, but I don't think it has much to do with her. I think it's just how the character was written. And the hype for the Marvel stuff is just, I don't think it's been lower since 2013. Like It's just on the floor. Brie Larson is the main grab here. Like I said, a character that people don't like. It's not in a good spot. Not at all. It's releasing up at this point. It is releasing up against Dune.
Yeah. Oh my God. The Marvels it's very expensive. After 2 months of production, which started 2 years ago, the budget was already at $130 million. That's fucking crazy.
So it's gonna be
more than that.
Yeah,
now.
it'll end up around 200.
Probably maybe even more. Jesus.
Yeah. So I think the Marvels it's gonna be a big loser. By the way, speaking of box office, or not box office, or budgets, the Ninja Turtle movie looks fantastic. Enormous voice cast. That thing only cost $70 million to make.
Damn,
crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's where I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. These numbers that I hear, like Secret Invasion costing $225 million, none of it makes sense to me.
I'm reading a report. This person says that they expect the Marvels to gross over $1.5 billion. Never going to happen.
$1.5 billion?
$950 million domestic.
Are you on Marvel.com?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what fucking website is this that they think this is a possibility? That is they're out of their mind if they think that. But yeah, anyway, so that's the Marvels. Jeff, you have back-to-back.
I'll go. I still want to save my director because you guys did both your directors, right?
Yes.
No, I haven't done mine.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. I will go with. Man, there's so many good ones here. I'm gonna go actress, and I'm gonna go Zendaya.
Good pick.
She has enough steam and enough pop that it just feels like she's someone who's going to land a pretty massive role. And
the threesome movie that's coming out soon,
right? Like I just think it seems obvious that she's eventually going to be nominated for something that is going to have a very good chance at winning. So I'll go with Zendaya for actress that's going to win an Oscar eventually. I had an older actress that I wanted to put in there. I don't know if any of you guys are picking, but we'll mention it after. I was like, I just feel like I was trying to think of I mean, I guess Keaton didn't win one, but like, people like Mickey Rourke or Keaton or Brendan Fraser, who maybe hasn't had like the right role or their due, that might get it. And then for director, I'll go with Ryan Coogler, who has not been nominated for Best Director. I think Coogler is wrapped up in like pretty big budget stuff, but it feels like he's going to find that lane like he did with Fruitvale or Creed. Probably he should have been nominated for Creed. Creed was so fucking good. But he's the guy who's eventually going to find himself with a project that wraps him up a Best Director. He's obviously been on the cusp of it multiple times. So I'll go with him.
All right, Zendaya and Ryan Coogler off the board. Gooch.
I'm going to go Best Director. I'm going to pick Bradley Cooper. Did not get nominated for Stars Born, but did fantastic work on A Star Is Born, I thought. He's got another big movie coming up, Maestro, which isn't, I don't think that's going to be the winner for him.
Right? Or something?
I
saw something about it. I forget. He's playing an old man, right?
Yeah, he plays, I can't remember.
Bernstein?
Yeah, Leonard Bernstein. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the picture, but he's clearly talented. And he's always, I think, post-Hangover has been very conscious of like the projects he picks. He has a very I think he has a vision for what he wants to do with his career, and he doesn't want to be tied up. Obviously, with like Guardians and Marvel, he doesn't want to be a franchise guy. I don't think. I think he wants to win awards, and usually those are the people who end up getting them.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you in that, especially with Stars Born. Like that was an excellent movie.
Yeah,
like that was a really, really well directed movie. I can't believe he didn't get nominated for that. I don't know why. I remember him being there, but I guess it was because he was nominated for.
He got best adapted screenplay.
Yeah,
nom, and obviously the best picture and best lead performance.
And then they performed at the Oscars. Yeah. And then he divorced or broke up with his girlfriend.
Irina Shayk, who is dating someone else famous now.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, she's way too old for that. I saw her at Trader Joe's one time.
How do you recognize her?
Oh, you recognize her. You recognize that woman.
Okay, I get back to back. I will do my best actor and best actress. My best actor, I think that Boyega is going to sneak one in.
Oh,
I think John Boyega is going to, especially
people thought he was going to for Detroit. We talked about Detroit the other day. That got a lot of hype before it came out.
Yeah, never nominated for best actor, and especially after watching They Clone Tyrone, like he has that gear. You know what I mean? Like, he can really hit a great performance when he wants to, or was when he's allowed to, I guess, versus like a Star Wars or whatever. But like he's got that. He's got the it factor, I think, and I think it's just a matter of time until he gets a movie like what was the one that Kaluuya won for? Judas the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
He'll get like I think it's a role that'll literally let him like cook on something, and I think that he'll win one. So I'll do Boyega, and I will also do Best Actress Thomasin McKenzie. Thomasin McKenzie, ever since seeing her in Leave No Trace,
she's on my list.
Yeah, I mean, she's incredible. She's an amazing actress.
Jojo Rabbit, she was fantastic.
Jojo Rabbit, absolutely incredible. Like everything I've ever seen her in, she's always been like the star of the show. She's really, really talented, and I think she's going to hit that movie that really like sets things rolling. Which, to a degree, was Jojo Rabbit, but like there'll be another movie that I think really gets her a lot more award hype. And this one maybe isn't going to be the immediate future. Like maybe it's going to be like 10 years down the line or something, but she's going to.
She's only like 23.
Yeah, she's very young. And I think she can win one even relatively soon as long as it's the right part. So Boyega and Thomasin McKenzie for me. Gooch, you're back up.
All right, what do I have left? So I have actor, actress, weird.
Yes.
I'll start with actor. I don't know if he has any films coming up, but everything he's ever been in has just blown me away. He kind of steals every scene he's in. I think it's Steven Yeun. I think he's fantastic.
That's a good pick.
He was great. Obviously, Minari last year didn't get nominated for it, but he's a very subtle way of acting, which does worry me. Like, I don't know if he'll ever have the role where it catches eyes, like enough eyes, but I hope he does because I think he's fantastic. I want him to have a bigger role. I like him as a voice actor in Invincible. So he's going to have that for the next 2 decades. I'm rooting for him.
He also hit like a really cool, like you're talking about, like he's a quiet actor. In Beef, I feel like he got some like loud moments, and it was crazy good.
The scene in the church, was just not jarring, but like it's like holy shit.
He was killer. It was
funny.
funny.
Had somebody on Twitter tell me that I'm sorry, The Wrong Missy's a great film.
You're an idiot, and whoever says that's an idiot,
you fucking moron.
You're a moron, and like again, no such thing as
movie opinions at bpat9754. Block me. Unfollow and block me. I respect movie opinions. You can have whatever opinion.
There's no such thing as a wrong movie opinion except for yours.
Hit him with the log off.
With that said, fuck you.
Put down the pipe, buddy.
It's funny when you were describing Steven Yeun, I thought you were going to say Ben Foster. The way that you were describing a lot of it, very similar in that sort of thing.
Doesn't have a nom.
He might have a nom. He probably got nominated for Leave No Trace, but like just your description of him. Fuck, I probably maybe should have had him.
Ben Foster.
Yeah, I think he got nominated for.
Has he? I feel like he has.
No, he doesn't even have a page on his wiki for awards, which is crazy.
Really, I feel like I thought he did. I guess not. That is crazy.
That's insane because that's another guy that just he did that medieval movie that was so whatever. Like that's crazy. He needs to be in more things.
He does feel like a guy who's won a bunch of like satellite awards.
Oh, right? Buddy, let me tell you. Let me tell you, 2007 nominee for 310 Yuma, 2019 nominee for Leave No Trace.
Can we talk about the Satellite Awards for a second? What the fuck are they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anytime you go to an actor's IMDb,
They have 15 awards.
If they're of any sort of note, they've been nominated for a Satellite Award. But there's never you never see photos from the Satellite red carpet. You never see it on it's not on TV. I don't know when they have them.
Okay, so they have 500 categories, which makes sense, I guess, why every single human has one. We might have Satellite Awards and not even know it. The potential is there. It's done by the International Press Academy. Let's see, the last winners of
the
Satellite.
IPA.
All right, Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once won. Marcel the Shell with Shoes on one, nice. James Cameron won Best Director at the Satellite Awards. Hell yeah!
I love this award show.
Danielle Deadweiler, what? Oh, from Till. Okay, won for Best Actress in a Motion Picture. Austin Butler won for Best in a Motion Picture Comedy. Who else in here? Claire Foy won for Women Talking as Best Actor. Claire Foy is such a Satellite award-winning actress, though. Women Talking won. That already had one. All right. Shout out to the Satellite
Let's go to
Awards.
the Satellite Awards, baby.
Justin Hurwitz also won in this one. Justin Hurwitz, by the way, if we're going to do futures on biggest or best composer, it's Goranson and him, right there next to each other. Bertel probably following right behind that.
It's the Satellite Awards are probably hosted by Josh Gad every year.
Yeah, no, it's someone even more. It's Steven Dorff. It's hosting the Satellite Awards. Okay, so you pick Steven Yeun. Jeff, you have your next two picks.
Yeah, I'm going to go $1 billion movie. I'm going to go Gladiator 2. Big enough cast. It's one of those movies that whenever you talk about best or favorite from a certain era, it's always up there. I don't think it's going to be a slam dunk for sure, but I could see it like a Top Gun Maverick, that it hits home hard and makes an ass load of money. Did you guys both do your $1 billion movies already?
Yes. Wait.
Yeah, I think there's a couple other.
Wait, no, I didn't yet. I'm still
okay, so I won't say any. And then I'm gonna take a huge risk on Box Office Bomb.
Ooh.
Superman Legacy.
Wow.
It's just a character that hasn't hit in a while in this country. That obviously
someone's not watching My Adventures with Superman.
Oh, the anime. That tomboy Lois Lane.
In terms of big box office, big budget stuff, I know they're going to put a lot behind it. It's going to be marketed like crazy. I could just see Superman not quite clicking to be a huge box office success. Maybe bomb isn't the right word, but I figured, I was whatever. Why not throw a little bit of a hot take there? I could just see Superman not fully landing. I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's great. I trust James Gunn, but right? If you fast forwarded 5 years or 6 years, someone told you, hey, Superman Legacy didn't crush at the box office, would you be that surprised?
The Man of Steel made $600 million at the box office, which is shocking, honestly.
Worldwide?
Yeah, worldwide.
That is shocking.
Which is pretty shocking. 668 to be fair.
But there's only been bad will since that movie came out. Yes,
correct.
If a Batman movie did terrible, I'd be stunned.
Yes.
And Superman's just as popular, but there's just something that hasn't clicked enough where I could see it. I don't know. I could just see it.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's that crazy. I think it's very.
My other one was Fast 10 Part 2, by the way, because I think it's going to get so jumbled and muddied up with the Fast franchise that I could. Yeah. But I was whatever. Go a little crazy.
No. Did I have any other ones on my? So we're done with box office bombs, right? Snow White, I put on the list. I think Snow White's probably going to bomb.
Oh, yeah, I could see that those Disney live actions they just do. I don't know. I
think that's one that doesn't have the hype,
massively overperformed.
Yeah, but Little Mermaid is a relatively recent established good IP that does really well. Snow White I don't think has that type of juice.
Dude, those fucking Enchanted movies made money.
They're not real. Don't forget. They're just posters.
What was it? The Angelina Jolie ones.
Yeah. Maleficent.
Yeah, they all made. I don't understand. I don't know if I've ever met someone who's seen them.
Yeah, they don't exist. They're just posters. Okay, Gooch, your last two picks right now.
Yeah, I have two left. I have actress, and I have weird. And I'm thinking about pairing them together, but I do have someone I think will win Best Actress next year.
Why do I only have you having two picks left?
It's
you should
bold
have
pick.
3, I think. Huh. It's interesting.
I'm gonna dip back into the Killers of the Flower Moonwell. I'm gonna go Lily Gladstone.
Okay.
Everything I've heard about her performance is that she's been fucking out of this world good, and she's the lead in a Scorsese movie going up against Leo. I mean, she's going to be going up against Leo for 3 hours and Robert De Niro, so she's going to have plenty of shine, and she's the protagonist of the movie. So yeah, Lily Gladstone. I haven't seen her in anything else, but Martin Scorsese has enough faith to make her the lead. I trust him.
I don't think that's not a crazy hot. I think it's a recency take.
Yeah,
you could get someone way in the future like we're doing, but like I don't.
Yeah, I was looking at other options. I was thinking Millie Bobby Brown was my other pick.
Sure. I had Mia Goth on mine.
You want to know my older one? Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara?
Oh.
She seems like someone who could have a really cool role that gets like a supporting nod and
like Laurie Metcalf in Lady Bird.
Right. Like yeah, I could totally see that. People love her, yeah.
Okay, so Lily Gladstone. All right, I got my last two: a movie to win an Oscar and a future billion-dollar movie. For my movie to win an Oscar, I will do Mickey 7. Our next Bong Joon-ho banger.
To win an Oscar is what you said?
To win an Oscar.
Yeah.
It's Bong Joon-ho, it's Robert Pattinson. It's I think who else is going to be in that? Mickey 7.
That's really all you need to say right there.
Literally, yeah. Mickey
Joon-ho.
17, sorry, not Mickey. I was like, this feels like
I thought it was Mickey 7 too.
Yeah, I thought I was missing a number there. Mickey 17, it's got Robert Pattinson, Stephen Yeun, who we were just talking about, Naomi Aki, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, whatever. But like all these other people, very talented people. Obviously, Bong Joon-ho is one of the best directors in the game right now. It's about like what the Clone Workers, right?
Yeah, it's based on a book. So actually, if anybody has read this book, tweet at me, DM me, let me know if it's any good. I need a new book right now.
So Mickey 17's, excuse us for saying 7. Is I think going to be right up there, unless like a disaster happens. It is sci-fi and less grounded than some of the other things like a Parasite or Memories of Murder, whatever. But I have a lot of faith in Bong. And then my last pick, future billion-dollar movie.
They've already filmed that, by the way, right? Because we got a tease. We got not a tease.
No, it was
like
just
a
like the
first
title
look
card.
visual.
Yeah, it's like a title card. Let's see. Production began. Yeah, it is over. It concluded December of last year.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So when the fuck are they releasing this?
It's a great question. Mark Ruffalo's character's name is Hieronymus Marshall. Okay.
Neon, I'm guessing.
Plan B. Off screen. Yeah, Plan B is already pretty. Plan B has a sneaky, very good track record. Whatever that's worth. For my future billion-dollar movie, this might be a hot take, and I don't know if it is. I think that for all the superhero fatigue everyone has, there is one movie in the Marvel Universe that I think can break that trend, and it would be their first R-rated movie, Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I think Deadpool 3 has a sneaky
I can see that hitting billion.
The first two, both of them were like 775 roughly. And like just to add on another 225 as part of the Marvel Universe, adding in Hugh Jackman, which is obviously massive, and all the other stuff that they're going to include with it, I'm sure it is. I think that's going to, and it's coming at a good time too, like July next year. It is, I think, going to really, really pop.
I'm curious how much. I mean, only one R-rated movie's ever made over $1 billion. It was Joker, and I'm very curious if the second Joker does too. Lady Gaga's obviously going to add a pretty big pop to it, but I think because people know what it is this time, compared to the first one, I think it will make less. But I wouldn't rule it out totally. But I assume it'll make less than the first one.
I'm more excited for the second one than I was for the first one.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
I like the first
Folie à Deux.
Folie à Deux.
Yeah, or something like that, right? Folie à Deux.
That sounds like a soccer player.
Folio or some shit. Yeah.
Folie à Deux, Freddie's
it's like
brother.
It's like Dance of Two or something.
Freddie, Joker,
Freddie's
Joker 2, Freddie Adu.
Okay.
They put me on the cover of Sports Illustrated. They said I was going to be a star.
Have we done all the $1 billion ones now?
Yes.
I think Mufasa the Lion King is another one. I think that's going to get a hype train. I think both Avengers is just obvious. That's like a cheat code. Avengers, Secret Wars, and Kang. Avatar 3, obviously, if you doubt Cameron at this point. The one I'm very curious, which one do you not think?
Avatar 3, were you questioning? Oh, I think all those work.
No, I thought Gooch was reacting to one of those. He didn't think so.
Oh, no.
I think those are all hidden.
Wicked. Lion King, maybe.
The first one makes $1 billion, and this one, because the first one hit $1 billion, right?
People have really soured on the first one.
The Lion King live action made $1 billion, right?
Yeah, but I don't. But mainstream wise, I don't know. Like cinephiles, maybe. But I like.
Yeah,
but I think another Lion King. It's like you release a Toy Story again. It's going to do great. I think it's one of those brands that is just it's kind of untouchable. And I think there's going to be maybe a little different something to it because it's Barry Jenkins. But Wicked is the one I'm very excited to see. I'm curious if Wicked can be like the biggest musical movie maybe ever. Like I think with Ariana Grande, like I think there's just something to it. I'm curious to see how good Wicked does.
Homewrecker. Maybe cast that little bozo in there too.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hey Patrick, I left my wife.
By the way, I feel dumb for even questioning the Lion King making $1 billion. I'm like, it definitely made $1 billion, right? It made $1.7 billion. Like,
right, it made so much.
Yeah, but also part of that was the hype of the cast and all that too.
For sure.
Okay, Gooch, your last pick.
This is weird. To do something weird, and this might come off mean, but I almost picked her for Best Actress. Millie Bobby Brown. I think she just got married, which at like 18 or whatever, which is a little weird. Yeah, she just like once you're a star from the age of like 10, like it's just a ticking time bomb sometimes. And it's like there's so many cameras on her. She's already gotten herself in hot water before with comments like.
Oh, what did she say? What did Millie Bobby Brown say?
You can find that for yourself. Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. And she's just a massive star. Like, she's just a massive, massive star.
She has no controversy tab on Wiki, which is huge.
That is big.
That's a really important thing.
It's coming.
Oh, she got engaged to the kid of fucking John Bon Jovi. I did not realize that. And she goes to Purdue. Wow.
What?
Shout out to Trill Ballins.
She goes to Purdue?
Yeah, she's an online student at Purdue studying health and human services. Why?
What? All right. Well, I already won.
Fucking Jesus.
She's taking online classes at Purdue. She's already done something weird.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking weird. Human services? Like, and you fucking wonder why people think Hollywood's running like a ring. Okay, Jeff, your last pick.
Weirdo Jared Leto. I think he'll cross the line with some weird fucking performance and like some like dopey shit in Tron where he this is a joke. I'm not saying he'll do like he electrocutes the cast or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like something fucking weird, just some weirdo shit. Like if you eat olive oil and ice cream for your role, you're destined to do something that crosses the line that you're just like, oh, what the?
He also
fuck?
runs a cult now, so he may be too late to be doing something weird. You might have to.
True.
I think he may have crossed that threshold.
He was climbing a building in France like a month ago.
Walks around with like his head.
Also,
in
another
his
option
hands.
could be The Rock, by the way.
Ooh, like I just feel like full breakdown.
The thing with The Rock is if he does something weird, it never sees the light of day.
He has too many handlers. Yeah, it needs to be somebody that's like in a weird level. Like he's too famous. Too many people in his day-to-day life control that.
My other actor ones, by the way, were Donald Glover and Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
Never nominated.
Oh! I thought you meant for doing something weird because Donald Glover.
I mean for being nominated for Best Actor. Donald Glover seems like someone who's going to win an Oscar just because of like Atlanta and his roles are good. Like it just seems there's so much depth there with him. And then director, the other two, I said Lord and Miller, I could see winning Best Director. They haven't directed them. They have not directed movies since fucking 22 Jump Street, by the way.
Crazy.
So it's been a long time.
Wait, who directed Malcolm and the Machines? They didn't do that?
They each produced it.
Oh.
They haven't directed anything in like 10 years.
The other ones I had for director were Ari Aster and Josh Safdie. I think one of those two will probably hit one.
Yeah, Safdie for sure. And Ari Aster, actually, that's a really good pick. The problem with Ari Aster is, though,
he's not a horror.
He lives in a genre that people don't. Man, Beau's Afraid was awesome. What a
if he does a not horror movie that
nominated?
Isn't like in the same realm as Beau is Afraid, I think he like that. Imagine his same style and just like a drama. You know what I mean? Like it could be something really entertaining.
He's never been nominated?
Aster and Safdie, no, never nominated. Oh, for weird actor thing, I also said a Skarsgård brother. Don't know which one. I think one of them does something freaky. They look too strange to not do something weird.
Yeah.
All three of them. And what else did I have on here? Mia Goth. Michael B. Jordan for actor. I think he'll get something somewhere because he's another guy who has like obviously the big likability, but also a next level.
Yep.
I think if I had to pick a Skarsgård, now that I think about it, when you bring up Mia Goth, it's Alexander.
Remember
when they did the red carpet for Infinity Pool?
Fucking,
and he was on a leash. She was toting him around on a leash. God, I've never been so jealous.
Fucking Mia Goth. I think if she does something outside of the horror, she'll definitely win. She's so fucking talented.
I mean, Alexander Skarsgård's a good pick for
best actor.
Yeah, I mean, just based on what he did in Succession alone, is like, damn, he's fucking.
It's weird because like
incredible.
Even like in the Northman, like he was awesome in the Northman, but like it's just the movie he picks needs to be on a different level. You know,
yeah, it's a wild list. He was in The Giver, the movie we just did in our Daily Dust and Trivia. He was in that horrible adaptation of elementary school book.
And there's so many of those, by the way. So many horrid adaptations of that specific genre of book, like The Giver and what was the one I was just talking about? I forget. Oh, what was something that was very shocking? It's not a bad book, but like my girlfriend just doesn't watch movies, and she looks at that picture from the Von Erich brothers thing.
Oh yeah,
and she goes, "Oh, they look like the Outsiders." I'm like, "How the fuck do you know what that is?" And she goes, "Yeah, the book." And I was like, "Oh, duh! Like we didn't read that in my school, but like." She's like, "Yeah, stay golden, pony boy," and I was like, "What the fuck? Why do you know this?"
I was trying to think of my other pick for director. By the way, Eggers,
Robert Eggers, for North.
Yeah,
he's a really good director. Like
he's great, but he's another guy. Just
too
the
niche.
Shit. It's so niche. It's so weird and specific, and he has no intention of. I don't think he is ever moving off of the like old weird tales, like folk tale shit.
He's good at sagas, man. I can't. I mean, if he wants to be a saga guy, we need more saga guys.
He's got another movie coming up. I can't remember what it is.
It's a good question.
It's something
Humpty Dumpty. And it took you a second there.
Nosferatu. That's what he's doing. Nosferatu.
That's such an Eggers movie. I love that.
Yeah, with Bill Skarsgård and Nick. This might be an Oscar winner.
Skarsgård.
He's got Aaron Taylor Johnson, Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe.
I mean, that's
Lily Rose Depp. Emma Corrin, Jesus
fucking
Christ.
winner! Holy hell! If I had to go back and say one to win an Oscar, it might even be that.
Yeah, goddamn, it's already filmed.
So here's our lists for actor to win an Oscar. I have Boyega. Gooch has Stephen Yeun. Jeff has Daniel Craig. For actress, I have Thomasin McKenzie. Gooch has Lily Gladstone. Jeff has Zendaya. For director, I have Ben Affleck. Gooch has Bradley Cooper. Ryan, reading Bradley Cooper and Ryan Coogler next to each other is very frustrating. Jeff has Ryan Coogler. For movie to win an Oscar, I have Mickey 17. Gooch has Killers of the Flower Moon. Jeff has the movie critic. For future $1 billion movie, I have Deadpool 3. Gooch has Dune 2. Jeff has Gladiator 2. For box office bomb, I have Aquaman 2. A lot of twos. The Marvels and Superman. And Gooch has the Marvels. Jeff has Superman Legacy. And actor to do something weird, I have Austin Butler. Gooch has Millie Bobby Brown. Jeff has Jared Leto. Jared Leto is just like, I feel like
he's just a lock.
He's
just, like we could be
by the end of recording.
Yes, I mean, we could open up my phone and search Jared Leto. He's probably done something weird. He's walking around in the woods, talking about who knows what.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the episode. We will be back with some new stuff. I don't even know what our next thing would be.
No, we have Monday's podcast.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to think if there's anything supposed to do on. Monday record, Tuesday release, which I think there's something supposed to do Monday. I don't remember. But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday with another pod. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.